What is up, Sideways family? We're back into another video, and we're here at the shop with my buddy Corey's car from Virginia. He just got back from being stationed overseas. He's in the Navy, and this is a car we've had in our team for the last 4 or 5 years. It is a black repainted right-hand drive Soarer. A real Soarer, not a US SC300. This is the actual real Soarer. So let me go ahead and go through showing you guys all the things that were done to this car. So far, I haven't done any video on this thing before, so it's gonna be pretty cool. We're gonna be converting the car to AEM Infinity and doing a whole bunch of stuff, so let's get it. So first looks, she is a beauty. I remember when I painted this car in the back here and did all the body work, it was just super awesome. We got the Vertex steering wheel, with the digital dash. If anybody hasn't ever seen the digi dash on these, it's pretty freaking cool. Just so freaking dope. You know, you fire her up and the RPM gauge goes, and it's just super freaking cool, you guys. So we'll be keeping that, obviously. So yeah, basically the car's already been converted to RM54. The car used to be automatic, and he went ahead and got some brand new work wheels, some emotions, and everything done in here. Let's go ahead and get into engine bay and what's all been done. This car originally came in bone stock automatic. We did the RM54 upgrade. We went ahead and did the turbo upgrade from Comp. It's got a Turbo Smart Hypergate, a old Superstore manifold with a Comp 6265. Billet journal bearing turbo with a electronic boost controller and a bunch of other stuff on a chipped stock ECU and yada 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 yada. So we went ahead and put also in this some Brian Crowler 264 cams with some HKS cam gears and some ARP bolts for those. I believe they're the Brian Crowler bolts as well. And basically beyond that, it's pretty much all stock still. So we got a stock fuel injector in here and a bunch of other stuff. So we're going to be actually pulling this apart. The car is going to be going with us to Supers in Vegas because he is one of the old school Sideways fan people. We're going to be moving the igniter inside. I'm going to be making him a custom wiring harness for right-hand drive, similar to Drew's car that we did his harness on as well for his Mark IV Supra. It's the same thing on this thing too, but we're going to be not doing a forward-facing intake manifold and getting all that crazy because the customer's only going for about 500 horsepower. He wants it to be conservative and last him and not get too buck wild with it as it is. So we're going to pull the manifolds off. We're going to let Caden and Vinny do some wrinkle black and make it all nice and pretty on that. Put a brand new Drift Motion fuel rail in there with a set of our FMS 1200s I'll be picking up today for our buddy Corey. And we'll go ahead and put a regulator on the firewall. We're going to delete the idle air control valve. We got a lot of stuff we got to do. But we're pulling the evap out, all the emissions, just all the stuff that's unnecessary. We're going to go ahead and also remove his water neck. I'm going to weld up these ports so it can look a little bit cleaner. And then we also need to go ahead and pull the lower water neck off and go ahead and remove the thermostat because it's looking like he was having some overheating problems. The car has been sitting now for about 6 months or 7 months from him being deployed and hadn't been driven. He did a coolant flush and it just did not go well. So we're going to go ahead and just get right into it right now. I'm going to have them kind of video a few things of them taking some stuff off on this while I go run some errands, and hopefully we'll have this car on the dyno in the next few days. All right, so a few hours later, it's about 1 o'clock and they've gotten the majority of the stuff off. I'm just pulling the harness out right now. It is a pain in the ass in a right-hand drive car to get this factory intake manifold out. No fun. But yeah, huge mess of stuff everywhere. Got to start getting to painting everything. We're going to go ahead and open the spark plug galley up right now to go ahead and get the coil packs unplugged and all the rest of the stuff over here on this side unplugged. We got to start removing this boost controller stuff, wideband stuff, all the other stuff that he had in there. And then we can go ahead and get the brand new set of FMS 1200s installed. So a little update on this that I wanted to show. He's having some major leakage back here in the back, and from what you can see here back here, the hose is expanded, but even back there in the very back underneath, we're seeing drippage. And I mean, it could be very easily coming out of here, but also, you know, we kind of don't know. So we're gonna rip that off and try to find a better bend for this weird U-bend crap that he has going on over here. We're gonna go ahead and pressure wash all this in here, get all this cleaned up, remove the dampener, and just kind of get everything situated. They're gonna start spraying everything right now and getting all that going, and then we can fill it up with water. We've already gone ahead and removed the center section of the thermostat over here to help. We got to pull this water neck off and chop those and get that ready. This water line's leaking here. We're trying to avoid any kind of overheating problem since we have a long drive. We're gonna have to also pull the alternator off right now to get up in here and probably clamp this, or maybe we'll just reclamp it there and put it back behind until he's gonna pull the engine out or something. But we got a whole bunch of stuff that we got to get done right now, so let's get everything situated. All right, guys, we're under Corey's Soarer right now. We just ripped out the fuel lines. We just mounted the brand new Dutchworks fuel filter, and we're gonna go ahead and put a PTFE 8AN line into the filter right here, and then run that to the rail, and then we're gonna do 6 nylon braided from there to the back here. If anybody kind of wants to know on these, this line right here that you have the adapter in, this is going to be your feed line to the front of your engine. This is going to be your return line. So we're going to replace this hose with the nylon braided. We're going to go ahead and pull this out, hopefully, and put the fitting in there. Hopefully that fits. I think it shouldn't be a problem. And then your evap line is going to be back here, so you can just go ahead and remove that one. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and clean all this stuff up right now, and then we're going to get the intake manifold put back on, clean this thing up, and get her on the dyno. Did you get it out?
It's in, but it's still leaking out of the... I'm going blind!
Do it, Caden. Do the chest pump. All right, guys, so after last night's fiasco with fuel and making a huge mess and having all kinds of problems, that is all done. It's looking pretty good. We got the intake manifold on, turbo housing's on, intercooler piping's all back and done on this side. We still need to go ahead and replace all his couplers, or sorry, all his clamps on this side, because these are not really boostable couplers. I wouldn't really trust that at about 20 pounds or whatever we're gonna be putting on it. We gotta go ahead and put his skid plates back on, but overall, it looks way cleaner. We deleted so much stuff and made it just so much better. So you can't even see the injectors and the rail really, or even the harness, because it all tucks into the manifold. The ring hole came out amazing. We still need to go ahead and put the boost control solenoid in and change his routing for his vacuum lines. I'm gonna call him right now to ask him about the cruise control and deleting that, so we can just have one cable coming in. We still need to mount the flex fuel sensor and hook up all the vacuum lines, but we're getting almost there. We should be getting this car started on Monday, and then we're actually gonna change it up. We were gonna do this car in about a week and a half. We're gonna have the car done on Thursday on dyno, so we'll see a little bit more of progress on this in a little bit, and we'll get right back into it. All right, guys, so final looks on what we're gonna be dealing with now and working with before we go to dyno. So we went ahead and blocked off all the vacuum lines and got everything hooked up for now. Sensors are in, the fuel pressure regulator, the oil pressure sensor's done. O2 sensor's been installed for the AEM Infinity. Map sensor's been vacuumed, flex fuel sensor's in the back. It actually came out very nice for the right-hand drive. I really, really like this. All the harness goes back in the OEM spot into the OEM factory Toyota grommet. I'll put the light on in a minute to show you guys that too. You can kind of see it back here actually without doing it. I have a little metal OEM grommet that we use for all our Toyota stuff, and really for all the harnesses. I kind of like that anyways. You went ahead and fitted up the flex fuel sensor underneath the brake lines, put the fuel pressure regulator bolted to the intake manifold, so that's kind of nice. Went ahead and welded in the IAT sensor for his intake air temperature sensor. Went ahead and removed the battery box, removed the cruise control. Got rid of all his wiring that he had in the wheel well, fixed all that stuff. So it's looking really, really good. I'm really, really happy with this. As far as everything else too, we went ahead and bead rolled the piping because for some reason that didn't get done a few years ago when this was getting finished. So yeah, I mean, boost controller's wired up and mounted, you know, we're good to go. So ECU, we're gonna go ahead right now, and actually there's a few things I want to show you as well real quick while we're doing this too. So I have my fuel pump relay system already kind of set up to get hooked up. We got all of our wires here at the battery, relays back here, and we got our, this is for twin pumps that I have set up in this car. He's only gonna be running one single pump for now, so I'll program that at the computer when we get there. We have the Infinity system on the floor over here, and then the cool thing that you went ahead and did as well in the car, that, let's see if I can sit down in his confetti seats and get in there. So the cool thing is Caden went ahead and fabbed up this really cool little nifty 5-inch display for BTI to go right on his column. Made a little bracket in the back, came out pretty cool. So we're gonna get that plugged in and hooked up so we can have all this be finished. We're gonna hook up the BTI to the ECU down here real quick, and then his Infinity is somewhere over here on the floor somewhere. So we're gonna go ahead and get this bolted in, get that done, and when Danny's gonna be here in the next few minutes, we'll be having this thing started. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to get it started tonight. Hopefully we have no hiccups or anything like that. Just notice he's got the cop monitor thing here on the window, kind of cool. So yeah, a few more minutes, and we should have this thing purring in the shop, getting ready for dyno. So let's get it done. So let me know what all you guys think about this. I think it came out pretty cool. We got the BTI right here. We can still see the fuel gauge on this side, water temp on that side, which is kind of redundant because we already have here. The digital speedometer is still kind of readily available to be seen, and the RPM. Everything's gonna work in the car, but since it's in kilometers, he wanted to be able to see it in miles per hour, so he will be able to see that here as well. But everything looks really good. Car's already warm. We're idling at about 156 degrees, so that's really, really great. 220 is about overheating. Oil pressure's warmed up. 42, 45 is pretty normal for a used stock engine. 42 fuel pressure holding strong. IAT is nice and cool. E9, E10 fluctuation, you know, but hey, that's cool to go too. We got about a half tank of gas, so I think we're gonna be ready for tomorrow. All the AEM Infinity stuff down there is kind of a mess, but we're gonna go ahead and handle that in a little bit. So let's go ahead and give you a few clips of the car running right now, and we'll get on our way. Guys, so as we can see, she's alive. We're getting ready for dyno this morning, but this is going to be a part 1 of the part 2 series for this car. Everything's all buttoned up. Corey's here. As you can see, she lives. All the new stuff's been done. We're ready to go. BTI's installed. Car's getting all cleaned up right now inside for us to get ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and end the video right here. So keep watching, and until next time, guys, if you want to see this car on dyno, check it out next time, and